And I almost wasn't going to make a video on it because it sounds crazy and it sounds egotistical. But the reason I'm making it is because I have a feeling that there's a bunch of you that have had the same type of experience when they were younger, or some kind of encounter, and you just blow it off because it's crazy. It sounds crazy. So I get this email from this guy yesterday, and as I'm reading this email, I'm thinking, is this guy crazy? Is this guy's crazy? And as soon as I thought that, I had this flashback to this experience I had in college. And I had this one friend, he was a Native American Indian. And one day he comes over to my house and he asked me if I have any acid. Ironically, I had some acid that I wasn't going to use. So I give him the acid, and I just happened to be getting ready for, I was writing a paper on advanced Nietzsche, and at the time, I was so into Nietzsche and just like, anyway, that night I was on a roll, and I just for like 4 or 5 hours just laid it out, everything that I knew. I mean, I don't believe that way anymore, but at the time, that's what I believed, and I was just on a roll. And so my friend had taken the acid. He's sitting there the whole time, just eyes dilated, just taking in everything I'm saying. You know, sometimes you're on point and sometimes you're not. And I just happened to be on point that night, and I could feel, it was almost like I was channeling the source of information. It was awesome. I wish I was there more often. So he leaves, I go to bed, wake up, go to school the next day, and after school, me and my girlfriend at the time, we go to the laundromat, and I'm doing our clothes. And all of a sudden, I see this dude pull up, and he pulls up, and he comes and finds me, and I'm like, dude, we didn't have cell phones back then in 96 or 92. I was like, how'd this guy find me? And he was like super excited. And he's like, man, I gotta tell you this. And I was like, okay, what's up? And he said, man, I had this dream. And I know Native American Indians take their dreams very seriously. And so he tells me he has this dream. And there were 3 people. There was the warrior, there was the teacher, and there was the liege. And I'm going, okay. So he's just telling me this story. He was telling me the purpose of each one of those. And the warrior is the one that protects the liege. And I'm going, okay, so I'm just listening. And he goes, I'm the warrior. And I'm like, cool. And actually it made sense because he's a big boy, man. He's like a warrior type guy. And I'm going, right on. That's awesome, man. And then he goes, and you're the liege. I'm here. I'm on this planet to protect you. And right then, I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like, I'm thinking this guy is snapped. I'm like, he took this acid, and I just happened to be talking about that, and I was on a roll, and now, oh my God, what have I created? And I could literally feel he was serious. I could feel this clinginess, this like, I mean, some people's egos might eat that up, dude. Not me. I run from that. Like, I don't want anything to do with that. Like, as soon as he said those words and I could feel that he knew that that's what he truly believed, I kind of knew we couldn't be friends. So he somehow talks me into staying at my place that night. And so he comes over, and I could just the whole night, it was like this, just feel something I wasn't into, man. And so I remember being in the bedroom with my girlfriend. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what? Like, I got to get him out of here, dude. If he's here tomorrow, like, I got to, like, I don't want this. So the next day I wake up, and this guy, have you ever seen the movie Elf with Will Ferrell in it? How he finds his dad, and they go to sleep, and they wake up, and like there's just decorations every place. And well, I wake up the next day, and this dude had spent all night hand sculpting chess set. He found a piece of wood, he laid out the grid, he painted all the squares, he molded all the pieces, the liege and the teacher, he had all, and the guardian. It was very cool. It was super cool. And then he painted them. And I wake up and I'm just like, oh, you know, this is like a level of like this was, there's a little fear in me. I was like, dude, what? Like, this is like, what is going on? Like, I don't want this person thinking that he's here to protect me. And like, anyway, it was tense. It was not tense, but I was like, that happened to me when I was 26. So yesterday, I get this email. He was just talking about like how important I am in this battle between light and dark, and how everything is riding on this, and how important this message in this movie, and how important everything I'm doing is. And he said, I don't think you understand how important you are. So anyway, I'm reading this and I'm thinking, oh my God, this dude's crazy, man. This is nuts. I'm like, so I went in and I sat down on the couch with my wife and I said, read this email. So she reads it and I'm like, is that guy crazy? He's crazy, right? And I go, do you remember that time? And I went through that story and she's like, yeah, I remember that. I'm just thinking, well, there is a shift happening on the planet. Everything that I've been believing is happening. And these frequencies are real. And what I do is real. And how they're affecting people is real. And it's like, so everything is really happening. It was just like this surreal moment of like, and ever since 2012, I've had these moments of like, you know, you're in the 3D world, but you're living in this 5D consciousness or whatever. I'm just using those terms. And I don't know, just to have those realizations that this is really happening. This shift, we are like, this is really happening. So I was wondering how many of you guys have had those types of encounters when you were younger, and just people come up and you say, oh, you're a healer. I know you're a healer. Oh, you're here to do big things. Like, I just think that there's millions of us. And I don't know. I just find it very surreal to be living it right now in this time. It's amazing. So, okay, man, I love you guys. If this is the first video that some people watch me, they're gonna think this dude's like egotistical maniac. But I think the people that watch my videos, you know that this is what we're all doing. This is it. This is a group effort. So, okay, so if maybe I'm making this video just because if you have any of the same kind of feelings and you've had those same kind of experiences and you think that this is crazy, am I crazy? Are you crazy? We're not crazy. It's really happening. So, okay, man, love you guys. I'll see you in the field soon. Peace.